Good morning. How's everybody? Happy weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Father's Day to all that might be fathers one day. I hope you had a great day yesterday. We certainly can't complain about weekend weather, can we? Weekend weather has been pretty spectacular. So thank you, whoever is in charge of that, for bringing that to us. We so appreciate it. Let's get things started this morning with a little bit of my friend Alan and some awesome, weird, kind of stupid apps.
A couple of weeks ago, Oprah was talking about the most useful iPhone apps, and so today I thought I would show you some of the least useful iPhone apps, and these are real, okay? These are real apps. This right here is, if you can see it, this is a app, and it's a UK payphone, so it's a British app, and it lets you search for the nearest payphone. From your phone. You can find the payphone from your phone that you can make a phone call with, like a payphone, but free. That's almost as good an idea as actually having an app to find your phone if you lose it. All right, here's another app on here. This is Hang Time, which is, I don't know if you can see these things, they're so tiny. This is a real app, and here, I'll try it. All right, you throw the phone up in the air, it'll tell you how long. So the phone went up 0.99 seconds. That was 1.1 seconds. And the higher... That was 1.28 seconds. And it's a 99-cent app, and then, of course, it's $300 to buy a new phone when you... All right. That was fun. And here's another one. This is called... Go back to this. These are real apps. This is called Kiss Me. It's an app, and all you have to do is kiss your phone. It will rate your kissing ability. If you have to rely on your phone to tell you if you're a good kisser... You're not. But I'll try it. It says rating kiss. Ding, 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 we got a winner. Wow.
All righty. So here's my aha from that. If those people can make money on those apps, we should all be gazillionaires with the smarts and the skill and the talent, talent we have in this Zoom room this morning. So let's get out there and start killing it. The Kiss Me app. Oh my God in heaven. Okay, so a couple of quick announcements. Let's start with my friend Paul Leibowitz. Good morning, Paul.
Hey, Rick, good morning. So quite the weekend, very busy. There were a lot of buyers out bidding on homes. I guess they're all looking for a Father's Day present. But the pace of the movement out of the cities accelerated, and that under 35-year-old sector continues to be the hottest part of the market. It's amazing how many of our young buyers told us, well, instead of having a big wedding, we're going to use the down payment and we're going to buy a home. So it's quite the trend. We love it, obviously. Those buyers are enjoying record low rates. If they put 5 or 10% down on a home all the way up to $500,000, they're looking at rates at 3% range. So it's really rewarding for them. And FHA is even lower. FHA continues to be below 3% significantly at 2.75% with 3.5% down. So the trend is going great, and things are looking great in the real estate and the mortgage business. Thanks a lot.
Beautiful. Thank you, Paul. As always, we appreciate your updates. Anybody have any questions? Make sure you connect with Paul today. You may have noticed that our training calendar for this week seemed a little light. There's two reasons for that. A, today is a little light because it's the first Monday that you're back after we announced our listing stimulus plan. And so we decided that today was just going to be a listings day. And so we're going to give you the day off from education to go and just take some listings. Did you note the schedule? Here, I'll pop it back up real quick. So at noon, go take a new listing. When you're done with that at 1 o'clock, go take another new listing. And at 2 o'clock, just because you're on a roll and you've already proven you can do it twice, just do it 3 times in one day, because that would be fun, right? So we do have some DocuSign hours by appointment today to help you out with that. We do have our 4:30 call this afternoon, which we will turn into a profit share celebration. But the entire rest of the week and next week, so for starting tomorrow and then for 2 weeks, we have a calendar chock full of listings education for you. This week we have things such as listings forms. We have a listings sources conversation that we're doing later this week. Where are you finding your listings? We have a listings conversion conversation that we'll throw your way. We have Tiger Inspections coming in to talk with you about how you prep your sellers for an inspection. We have a pricing and SPA conversation. Then we'll continue next week with objection handlers for listings, such as commission and term objection handlers. We'll talk with you about the listing consultation. We have a listing services consultation conversation coming your way. And then, of course, feathered into all of that to assist you with your listings taken for the listing stimulus plan, which we're going to talk about in a minute, will be listing demos and then rehearsals. So all of that coming your way starting tomorrow. In the next couple of weeks, you'll have an email from me before 10:30 this morning outlining specifically when each of those things is happening and how you access that. So do watch for it. We want to make sure that you are as equipped as possible to be inside of this listing stimulus program and benefit from it. Let's talk a little bit about that. You saw on Thursday that the listing stimulus, our agent stimulus plan for the next 6 weeks is a listings taken stimulus plan. Some of you noted that the subject line and the body of my email had 2 different start dates. My apologies on that. The real date is June 18th. The day the email went out is when that starts, and that goes all the way through July the 31st. So you do have a 6-week period of time to jump in on that. And so the way that works is every single new listing that gets taken is automatically eligible. Those listings are for sale listings. Rental listings are not included inside of this stimulus package, mostly because we want you to be focused on the listings that will actually bring you the bigger paychecks, right? That doesn't mean don't take your rental listings. However, we want you to be focusing on those for sale listings to generate the income to keep you and your household moving forward throughout the summer and the fall. The only thing that has to happen with that listing that once you take it is that it has to close. And once it closes, you earn an extra 10%. If you're not capped, you get an extra 10% in your paycheck. If you are capped, we write you a check for the extra 10%, right? So either way, it's an extra 10% to you. Again, the idea is to put more money in your pocket now as we continue to move through our this period of in history, to make sure that you and your families and your businesses are all succeeding at a high level. Now, here's where we all get tied together in this. The standard to turn this stimulus on is that we need to list at least one more listing than we listed last year in that same period of time. Last year, we listed 134 listings in that period of time, which means we need to list collectively as a team 135 listings or better to turn that stimulus program on. So if you're churning and burning and you're noticing that your colleagues are not, reach out, because everybody's tied together in that standard to make sure that we're all eligible. Excuse me. Now, just to give you an idea, because for some of you that may sound like, how are we possibly going to list 135 listings? I pulled this morning from the MLS how many listings you've taken collectively since we started this on Thursday, the 18th. And the answer is 26. 26 listings taken since Thursday, the 26th, Thursday, the 18th. So a big thank you to everyone who got that started off for us. Debbie Ramnath, Joanne Bonenfant, Barbara Asif, Amy Mosley, Emiliano Navarro, Steve Scaramacchia, Bill Picarillo, Andy Sachs, Adam Wagner, Jody Boxer, Katie Healy, Jen Barboza, Matt Rose, Fiona Porter, Chris Haggerty, Kathy Schmidt, Joe Geraci, David Brand, Todd Auslander and Jeannie Kassendorf, Kimberly Tapscott, Mike Carrero, and Lisa Gomberg. So thank you to everyone who really got this, this stimulus package moving and grooving right out of the gate. So if we can list 26, in 4 or 5 days, we should be able to blow 135 out of the water by July the 31st. Do you agree? Absolutely. So don't look at that standard as, what's the point? Why should we bother? Because we'll never hit that number. You're already churning right to that number, right? And again, we did it last year with fewer people. So there's no reason we can't hit that standard. Any questions on that listings stimulus program? Are you excited? Are you making those listing calls? Let's get as many appointments as we possibly can, because what we know is that no listing happens without an appointment first, right? So dive into those appointments. Again, watch for the education that we're going to lay at your feet over the next 2 weeks to really help you dive in. We're excited to bring that to you and are looking forward to everything that brings us. Can anyone give me an idea as to why we focused this agent stimulus on listings taken? Like, it wasn't by accident. Can anyone tell me why those two things are tied together right now?
So we have a great next quarter, right? So
exactly right, Fiona. Right. So when you're taking all those listings, what do we know comes from listings? A bunch of things, right? More listings, buyers, visibility, marketing opportunities,
market share,
right? Market share. All of those opportunities come from a new listing sign in the ground. So make sure that you're taking advantage of this as much as possible. If you don't fancy yourself a listing agent, here's the good news. Now's the time to just be a listing agent. So take that hat and flip it around and dive into the list side of things. I had a couple of people come to me over the last couple of days and say, it doesn't seem fair that buyers aren't included in the agent stimulus package. And my answer to that was, you're missing the point, right? What we're trying to do is guide you towards the side of the business that will bring you more business and naturally give you business growth. Not only the extra 10% per listing. By the way, that is per listing. So if you take 6 listings between now and July 31st and all 6 of them close, you get an extra 10% on every single one of those. It's not just the first one, right? So there's a whole purpose behind this plan, not just to put more money in your pocket faster. It's to make sure that we're using it as a launching pad to give you the tools you need to build a business and have the business grow throughout the summer and into the fall. So I would love to have everybody on this call dive in and at least take one to get your fair share, and then start taking 2, 3, 4, 7, 12, 27 to get your unfair share of those extra funds. All right, so before we dive into Adonis and Marty Miller today, I wanted to just also let you know about 2 things. 4:30 today, we will do a profit share celebration. Yesterday was profit share day, so those checks should be in your bank accounts. The deposits have already been made, so do check your accounts this morning for profit share dollars. Figure out what adult beverage you might be joining us with at 4:30 so that we can all raise our glass together and cheer, toast one another on passive income and profit share. So that's 4:30 today. And the second thing I wanted to mention to you was we are working, the leadership team right now is working on a phase 2 schedule, which means where do we go from here? We've been 5, almost 6 weeks since we kind of eased into phase 1 of our reopening. Some of you we see every day. Others of you we see every day on Zoom. And some of you are anxious to be able to get into the office on a Saturday or a Sunday, or work into the evening hours back into your routine or schedule. And so we are looking to figure out how we do phase 2, which would be hours on the weekend and or after 5 o'clock at night. And so do watch for that. It's coming. It's not today and it's not this week, but it may be as soon as next week or July 1st, so that we can start loosening some of those restrictions now that we're all kind of in the mode of how we operate inside of the office. We wanted to give everyone an opportunity to feel what it was like with the masks and the wiping down and the signing in and signing out. But I think now we've gotten into a rhythm there that we can start doing that on the weekends and in the evenings as well. So we are working on that. Watch for that later this week. We will announce exactly what that phase 2 looks like and when it goes into effect, to allow you to ease back into to your schedule a little bit better. Guys, with that, I am going to pass it over to Mr. Adonis to bring us to Marty Miller this morning.
Thank you, Rick. Sounds good. Nice to see all your faces this morning. Today, we're getting closer to the end of this version 3.0 of the Marty Miller 66-Day Command Challenge. Today, we're going to be talking about moving documents from .loop to DocuSign quick and easy.
Good afternoon, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 3.0. And today is day 59. So somewhat of a little bit of a continuation from yesterday's video. Yesterday I showed you how to email documents from your email directly into a DocuSign room. Today I want to show you how to do it essentially from .loop into DocuSign using a very similar process. So there's one more step. I'm going to show you how to do it, and yet hopefully it'll make life a little bit easier for those of you that are transitioning from .loop into DocuSign. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come over to our opportunities here on the left-hand side, sixth icon down, the handshake. We're going to go ahead and pull up the opportunity that we were working on yesterday. And once we dive in there, we can get into the Documents tab of that opportunity itself. So let's go ahead and pull that up here. And I'm going to click on Documents. From here, I can go to Transaction. That's going to go ahead and pull me into DocuSign because that is what I linked to this transaction previously. This is my DocuSign room. Okay, now let's just say that I had started this DocuSign room. I had done everything else in .loop. However, I wanted to start bringing these documents from .loop into DocuSign. Now, there is going to be an import process soon in Command that will kind of take care of this and historical, and yet for some of you that are looking to do this right now, I just thought it was a great way to show you how to do it quickly and easily right now. So essentially, I'm going to go into .loop. So this is the .loop loop that I created, and I want to pull these documents out. I want to get them into DocuSign. So quickest and easiest way to get them all is just to click on this box next to Contract Documents. It's going to check all of the documents. I'm going to click on Share. And then I need to make sure that I click down here where it says Attach PDF to Email. I want to do that. And then you want to type in, so I've actually already started a custom email address for my DocuSign. So you can see it says Marty's DocuSign, but you would put in whatever you want. You just need to make sure that this email is your DocuSign email, which we learned yesterday where to find that. Again, it was in Documents and then go into Inbox. I'm going to have to come back to this room in just a second. But we would go to Inbox, and there is your DocuSign email. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the room for illustrative purposes so I can show you what's about to happen. And let's go into .loop. So we're going to click all those documents, right? I've attached PDF. I've said, since I was the listing agent, let's just put that DocuSign email as a listing agent. It's okay to say view only. yet again, just remember the two most important things, this email address and attach PDF to email. I'm going to click on share. PDF filling over 13 MB and not sent. Not sure what I have in it. It's over 13 MB. So let's see which one of these is probably really big. Let me just check. Let's just use a couple. So imagine you were checking all of them.
Can someone please mute themselves?
And click on share. We're going to click on here. DocuSign email. I'm going to make sure that I'm the listing agent assigned, view only, and make sure I click on attach PDF to email, and then click on share. It says these documents have been shared, waiting on others. Okay, so I'm going to clear that out. I'm going to come back in. Okay, and this is my room right here. Okay, however, when these documents come in, they're going to come into our inbox. Okay, unfortunately right now there's not a way to go into Dotloop and change the actual subject of the email that's being sent over. You know, when I click on share, I don't have an option to change what the subject is of the email. However, when I come into my inbox, and it takes a minute, maybe somewhere in that range, 30 seconds to a minute, you'll see you're going to start to have documents show up here in the inbox that are the documents that we sent over from Dotloop. So these 4 documents will show up in our inbox here shortly. As soon as that happens, I will have the ability to select them all. Here they are. So you see all 4 of the documents came in. Okay, I'm going to click on select all, and then I'm going to click on move. Okay, it's that first icon here. I want to move these documents. I want to move them to an active room, and it's going to show me all of my active rooms that are available. Here was the active room that we were utilizing. I'll say, yep, I want to move all 4 of these documents into this active room. As soon as I click on move, they're going to be removed from my inbox, and then I can go into my rooms tab and choose that actual Orchid Mist room that we were working on. And as soon as that loads, you'll see here are all the documents that we just sent from Dotloop via email to my DocuSign email. And now when I click on documents, here are those 4 documents that I've moved over from Dotloop. Okay, so I wouldn't recommend doing this for all of your historic loops. I do believe that there's going to be an easier way soon in the future where that's going to be able to happen. But if you're actively right now making the transition from Dotloop to DocuSign, this is a quick and easy way to get over any of the documents you previously had in Dotloop into DocuSign. For any reason, if you started things in DocuSign and you just wanted to go into Dotloop to do something a little bit quicker and easier, maybe that you already know because you're still learning DocuSign, you know, again, just remember the amount of data we're putting into Dotloop. Zillow does own that, and there's a lot of issues out there with regards to privacy of that data. So that's all I'll say about that. I would definitely recommend using DocuSign over Dotloop personally, but moving those documents in, again, from Dotloop into DocuSign, now into my rooms. They come in first through the inbox, then I move them to the room, and here they are now. So I can click on these, I can do whatever I need to do, send them off in envelopes, get them initialed, get them signed, etc. And that was the quick and easy way today to move documents from your Dotloop into DocuSign. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I do have one more video regarding one more DocuSign hack that I've now learned as well, which is kind of cool. I'll show that to you tomorrow. And then
Very good, very good. So he's going to show us the final hack tomorrow. It'll be saving an email correspondence in PDF format in DocuSign. So I hope you guys have a great day today. Taking one listing and then another listing for lunch, another listing for dinner, and then see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.